Hello, everyone, and welcome to the finale of the Omniverse Chronicles Afterlife Wandering Souls. Um, wow, it's very bittersweet because I'm sad that this is ending, but I'm very excited to see how it ends. As always, I am joined by a cavalcade of amazing guest players and guest GMs. Please introduce yourselves and let everyone know where they can follow you and find out what you're up to.
Hi, everybody. I'm Hallie, and you can find me on the actual play podcast Quest Friends at Twitter. That is quest_friends. And I on Twitter am at Hallie Coontz, HALLIE KOONTZ. It's just my name. Or you can look up Catching Up David, just at Catching Up David. All the words are spelled the traditional way. That is a movie podcast where I make fun of my friend because he's never seen a movie. And that's where you can find me.
Hey everybody, I'm Landon. You can find me on Twitter at OccasionalGM, and you can find my Urban Shadows podcast, Shadows of St. Fleur, on Twitter at St. Fleur Pod, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. And I talk about the stuff I do at both of those places, so check me out there.
Hello, everybody! I am Lara Page Turner, and you can find me on the internet, on Twitter. I'm at Glaive Guizarm. If you don't know what that is, it's a knife on a stick. So check me out there.
Hey everybody, my name is Tim Lanning. You can find me on Twitter at Tim Lanning because that's my name. I'm on the Actual Play podcast. Greetings, adventurers! And tomorrow we're starting our brand new mini campaign after 9 years of one big campaign. So come on by.
Nice. All right, so I think without further ado, I will pass it over to Hallie.
All right. As a quick reminder for everybody, you were on the Vanderbeer train, which you have been on for a little bit now. You stopped it from crashing into Ancestor. However, it had crashed into a speedboat that was just flying equal with this train. And on the speedboat was, hey, it is my friends, the Wanderers. What's up, everybody?
Are you like stalking us?
Stalking? What? You are stalking me. What are you doing on this train?
We were trying to get to Ancestor.
Get to Ancestor. And he turns around, and the dinosaur Ancestor is just slowly moseying along across the desert. And he's like, well, it's right over there. Why were you trying to get to Ancestor? Oh, look at your death marks. It is working. It is working. Are you having a pleasurable time in the Tenebris here? I'm so proud of you.
No, people keep getting murdered, and
I think we committed some federal crimes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Who hasn't done a federal crime in their lifetime? I mean, come on, Vanderbeer, what's happening? And Vanderbeer will, hello, boatman. Yes, unfortunately, it is anything but pleasurable right now. You see this train, and it starts creaking a little bit because it kind of the momentum was keeping it up as it like went along the magic tracks, through the sky. And right now, the boat and the train are weirdly contradictorily like keeping each other up, but there's a little bit of a like and he's like, well, you see, that's not Vanderbeer. Oh, well, you see, Mr. Boatman, this just isn't, I'm afraid it's not safe. Boatman's like, don't worry about it, and he sticks a key into his weird little speedboat and speeds it up like a little bit, and then everything is just slightly more steady after he does that. And he's like, so you want to go to Ancestry? I can give you a ride if you want. But I think I heard screaming about the world before you hit my boat. I am blameless here. I am blameless. Your train hit my boat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was interesting. So, Skylar, what is this about the world? Because the last memories that I had was meeting a very nice gentleman in a dark alley, as one is wont to do, and he offered me a job. He said that he was looking for some more like scouts and like information scouts, but then he just decided to offer me editor in chief of the world, which I guess is some sort of news blog.
I don't know why he would think that he could do that. The world's mine. I grew that from I'm blanking on what the old blog platform was called.
There wasn't one. It's just called the world. There wasn't like a platform. It could be anything you want it to be.
Zanga.
I built it from
Yeah,
Zanga.
from the Zanga. Yeah, I built
You
it
built
from
it
the
the Zanga.
Zanga days.
Okay, well then, who was this Joe guy?
Like my investor.
Like your boss?
Yeah, boss is such a strong word.
So it
Did you get
sounds
fired
like
from your own blog?
so it sounds like
somehow?
he was perfectly capable of putting someone else in as the editor in chief of the world.
He didn't own the domain.
Were
I
you
still
maybe-
owned the domain.
Were you maybe doing
You
a
know what-
bad
you know what?
job?
On your side, pretty boy, I too know what it is to build something from the ground up and have it taken away from you. I'm furious at you. Not you, pretty boy. You, thief girl.
Thief girl.
I know your name, but I'm not saying it because I'm
Okay.
being dismissive.
All right.
Hey, let's make sure that we don't necessarily jump to any conclusions or punish people for what we did or did not do in the real world. We're all here now for some reason because we're bad or whatever, and we all want to go to whatever lies next.
Yeah.
So even if one of you guys shot me in the head or something like that, I want to make sure that we're all
Probably her, yeah.
No. Charlotte.
This
just-
is so.
Listen, you have, from what I can remember, you were the sister of a man that I love very much. Maybe if I hadn't died, we could have, been family. I don't know why I'm getting all this attitude from you.
Disgusting.
I have, you know what? Yeah, you know what? It's been a rough 2 days.
That is true. Yep.
Also, yeah, there's some kind of, hey, boatman.
Yes, yes,
Are you
yes.
familiar with the
What?
mafia conspiracy that's going on? Because that's also a problem.
The what? The what? The what?
The
Man,
mafia
you guys get around.
conspiracy?
The mafia conspiracy. That sounds ridiculous. That sounds like a ridiculous thing to happen. Tell me everything about it.
Sorry, are we still being chased by all those crows that were flying towards us? Do we need to be
No.
moving? We don't see them, right? Or we lost them
You
through one of
do?
the limbos. Is that right?
Yeah. You lost them when you were going through all the limbos. The
Gotcha.
Court of Crows is not behind you.
Okay.
All right.
So evidently there's wanderers coming in that are being picked up by the mafia and not by you.
Yeah.
And that,
again?
and that then aren't getting any death marks.
Yeah,
They're being
Skippy
used
Bourbon.
to smuggle goods
Cool,
in and out
shitty
of
presents.
windows.
Stupid stuff.
Skippy Bourbon raises his hands and is like, yeah, I'm a wanderer and I have never seen you before, but everybody else is talking like they know you. Are you familiar with the ship man? Boatman's like,
Yeah, man.
the ship man. I hate that when people call boats ships and they think it is like better than a boat, and no, boat is the better word. Boats and ships, they are the same thing. I do not know the ship man, but he sounds terrible. Just terrible. Oh, well, that's who I met, and he told me, the lay of the land or whatever. But I've never look at all their death marks. I've never unlocked a single one of my death marks. And the boatman actually does look really concerned and sad, as far as you can tell, because his face is, covered by the hood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As he kind of clambers over from his speedboat. And just let me through. And oh, the good, this window's broken. I can just climb onto. Okay. Yes. That is very sad. And you say? And you say the mafia is doing this. This would be cool if it were not so sad.
Yeah, some sort of afterlife mafia. This place is wild, by the way. I still have
Yeah,
not fully comprehended that. We've been here 2 days.
it's been a bit much. That's a talking bear. Very weird.
I shot a
Well,
bird.
weird
It's
stuff.
been a big day.
Yeah, it's been a
We
pretty
chocolate
big day.
milk for like a lot of money.
We did.
Yeah.
Chocolate milk is very delicious. I am not surprised you made a lot of money. You know, the mafia kind of makes sense now that I think about how expensive certain things are and generally hard to access. This is quite a racket. I wonder. And then the lights go out, and because the boatman isn't on the speedboat anymore to keep the train up, it just starts plummeting. And you're all gonna have a chance to fix that in a second, but for some reason, the plummeting starts a memory for you, Skylar, and you're no longer in the train that's plummeting. You are in the bar with Julius, which is where your last memory left off. And Julius had just told you that I know who's been threatening your life, and it's a man named James Wendelbecken. And actually, do you have your laptop? You might want to take notes.
Yeah, of course. And you know, Skylar had like one of those like messenger bags, his man bag, and like pulls his little laptop out.
Well, you pull out the messenger bag, but the thing is, the laptop isn't in your messenger bag.
Oh.
Well, I had my laptop.
Oh, that's not. You gotta take better care of your things. You were always like this, so scatterbrained.
Who would steal my shitty laptop? I spilled coffee on it. I barely got it working again.
Someone who's really hard up. I
I
don't
didn't
know, but you know what?
all
Okay,
of that backed up.
you did have all that backed up, or you didn't
No.
have any? No, you didn't have it backed up. Oh, Skylar, this is. Look, my follow-up was going to be that. How are your relations with Joe nowadays?
He doesn't feel like I'm hitting things like the hard things, you know? I'm not bringing in enough ad revenue, basically. I'm not making him enough money.
Yeah, that feels about right. Because, you know, I mean, he's trying to push you out, and, listen, I overheard. This is going to sound like a non sequitur, but, with Rudy Giovanni now, of Rudy's Gameria, and, gosh, we're in a bar together and we're drinking, and I know how this is coming out, but, you know, you had your chance years ago, and we could have had everything, but you were too scared to make a move on me. So I'm with it's fine. That's neither here nor there, but look, I'm with Rudy, and he was talking on the phone to this James Wendelbecken, and I overheard James say that he got your name from Joe. I think Joe sold out your identity as the writer of the world.
Can't believe. It's like the one thing I had left, Julius.
He'll reach across the table and take your hand, and I know, and I hate seeing you like this, you know, but I care about your safety or whatever. So I don't know what to tell you or how to move on from this, but you know, I wanted to let you know. But surely you can move on from the world, right? I mean, the world's not that important.
Yeah, it's not that important.
Excuse me. And you look over, and the barkeep has tried to get your attention.
Yeah, sorry.
Did I hear you say you're the rider of the world?
Well, I was, evidently.
He will get. He's gonna walk over, and he's a big guy. He's not holding a weapon or anything, but he's clearly been a bouncer at some point in his life, and he's like, "You ruined my sister's life, you know. There's nothing wrong with using canned apricots in her apricot pies. You've ruined so many lives in this neighborhood. You know what? You know what? Get out. You're not welcome in my bar. Get out."
Oh. Oh.
I think Skylar pulls out whatever cash he has left in his wallet, and like throws it down to pay for the drink. Not sure if it's even actually enough, and like just skitters out of there. Like not even gonna fight him on this. Nope.
Julius will follow you outside, and he'll put down any money to make up for the difference in whatever you didn't cover for the drinks. And thanks for your patronage. And then he'll run outside and follow you. Hey, I'm really. This is a bad night for you, huh?
Look, it's fine. I'll figure something out, right? I mean,
You'll
he
figure
said I can
something
move
out.
on.
You can move on. Of course you. Yeah, I think that's a really healthy attitude, and I know that I'm the one who just said it, but I'm really glad to see you embracing it. So I know this sounds weird, and again, I'm with Rudy Giovanni of Rudy's Gameria, but do you want to meet me at the lighthouse tomorrow?
You do realize how sketchy that sounds.
Do you realize how sketchy that sounds? But doesn't that make it all the more exciting?
Will you stop holding decisions I made when I was a different person against me?
Yes. I think I
Alright.
can do that.
I'll show up.
Okay. Good. And then, Skylar, you hit your head in real time because you are still in the falling train. And you get 2 death marks from that. You get, I was a coward, I lost everything.
Oof.
And you get, I was infamous. For I was a
Ooh.
coward, I lost everything. Do-do-do-do-do.
Look, she shouldn't have used canned apricots.
She shouldn't have used canned apricots, man.
Listen, she
You get a
brought that
lion.
upon herself, really.
They are just as good.
All right.
It's like canned
The lion.
tomatoes.
Regain a concept point when your actions have bad consequences for another, and that says any. And the concept is like the specific abilities within the core pools. So like that's like percept and reason and that kind of thing.
Okay.
And then for oh, the other one that I literally just said. I was infamous.
Number
Aha.
1. Yep.
Number 1. Is that first or last? Let's see. Number 1. Oh, there it is. Aha, trick. I have a second face.
What?
What?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want with that one. That's a really fun one.
A second face.
That is a good one. All right, so you're all still falling. You're all still falling, and you're bouncing. And Skylar had a full blown memory, but for some of you, it's a little bit different. Olive, you're getting a lot of flashes in your memories. Like it's not like you're re-experiencing it like you normally do when you touch something that has something to do with your past life. What you see is your hand reaching out at a party, and somewhere in the back of your mind you know that you're waiting for Kyle and you're bored. It's not fun yet because Kyle's not there, and something tells you this is just before the memory that you had last time, which is very confusing. for you, but you see your hand move out, and you are holding a laptop.
Yep.
And you put it on the inside pockets of this jacket that you have, which you specifically bought because it had really good sized pockets for women's clothing.
Uh-huh.
Enough to fit a laptop on the inside, in fact.
Yep.
Jeez.
And then there's like a fast forward, and you see yourself talking with Kyle, and you can't hear words, but you do sense intent. And he holds his hand out, and you go to give him the laptop, but it's not inside your jacket anymore.
Oh no.
As you go to feel it, it's not there.
Oops.
And then it fast forwards again.
Oops.
And you're at a lighthouse, and you know you were here once again to meet Kyle for something. In the back of your mind, you hear romantic midnight picnic. Kyle's weird. But you have been pacing back and forth for a while, and something tells you can't wait here anymore, and you hear something upstairs. And so up you go. And in those quick flashes, you get the rest of your death marks.
Whoa!
Those last 3 memories. I know. You're not done yet, but you get all your death marks.
Whoa!
Congrats.
Going very fast.
Some people
So
need
for your-
whole scenes, not me, baby.
No, Olive is on this. Olive
Efficient.
got, I stole something because it was fun, which is the safe. Spend a point of hunger to automatically break into or steal something. We haven't used hunger at all, so you can use like an XP or something for that if you want to use that skill.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'll be chill about that one. You also get I lost something important for the world, which is a question mark. Where's the question mark? There it is. Gain a +1 die on checks involving noticing something.
Hey,
Look at that.
That seems helpful.
that'll be helpful.
And then I could never sit still is ants. And let me.
My sweet ant
Ants.
tattoo.
You get a trick. Barriers pose little threat to me. That's a good one.
Amazing.
Yeah, you've got all your death marks. So you hit your head, and you are also back in time. The train has stopped falling a little bit, and everybody just kind of like, I'm not gonna make you roll for it or anything like that. You're all fine, but the train is like, for some reason, slowing down. You're not quite sure why. It's going like. Whoa, this is why I stick with boats. They are not as temperamental as trains. When boats sink, what is this? Why are we falling out of the sky, Vanderbilt? What is this? And Vanderbilt's like, I don't know, but we have to fix something. Who blasted the control panel? I think it's causing something to malfunction in here. After I gave you a piggyback ride?
Oh
I
no!
thought it would help break the train so that we didn't crash into ancestors.
So now you broke the
Already
train.
out of control
So
at
now
that
you-
point.
Now you broke the train, so now we're gonna crash into the earth?
I don't think we're gonna kill the Earth, so I think
the Earth can
you
handle
know,
it. Yeah.
it will be fine. Or maybe I don't really know what Tenebris' deal is.
Yes, but I don't think we will be fine, Rufus.
Yeah, but look at that majestic dinosaur. I would be so sad if we speared it with our train.
How cute is the
It's still-
dinosaur?
It's really cute.
Oh,
It's like
boy.
if somebody just made Littlefoot Bigfoot. There he is, walking in the background,
Bigfoot.
majestically. He's farther away now because your train is no longer going towards Ancestor. It's doing this weird falling thing that it's doing. You can also hear screaming from like the passenger bears, who are still in this train, trying to live their best lives.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and then there is a bang on the top of the train.
Oh no.
Oh, great.
Like
Then maybe crow murderers or
Yeah.
mafia goons.
Or maybe something new we haven't seen yet, you know? I mean, here's the boatman out of nowhere, so maybe shipman's here. Who's to say?
Oh God, surely this world is out of new things at this point.
And through the, because there's a hole in the top of the train from where
Yes.
those other like random mooks came through, you
Yes.
know? And then a little like face appears and it's hidden behind like a white expressionless mask. And there's a figure dressed in like what I can only describe as like scary Captain Crunch. I realize that's an oxymoron and something that shouldn't
No, it's not.
have been words that came out of my mouth, but it is. It's like Captain Crunch. If everything about the outfit was just slightly weird, like the dimensions are off, something about the outfit doesn't fit, certain parts of it are too tight, certain parts of it are too loose, and it's like someone's trying too hard to be like a pirate ship captain, but for some reason the effect is real disconcerting, especially with that mask. And the figure jumps down and their voice goes, "Are you the Wanderers?"
See, this is new.
Yeah, dude, who
No,
the fuck
we're
are
not
you?
the Wanderers. We're different people. We're just cool tattoo people. We're just
haven't
ink
you heard?
enthusiasts.
Wanderer
Sorry,
tattoos are all the rage right now.
Yeah.
sorry, our flying train's about to crash. We're pretty stressed out. But yes, we're the Wanderers. When they said no, that was a joke or sarcasm.
Ugh, Rufus.
Badger boy.
The figure takes out a gun.
Whoa!
As this figure just fires at you, the train falls again, the lights flicker and go out. And as you're falling, Charlotte, you're not falling anymore. You're walking through the woods. And you're walking through the woods because that's where the lighthouse is, and Kyle told you to meet him there. And on
And
your
if
way
Kyle
there,
needs something, I'll meet him. Yeah.
if Kyle needs something, that's just how he is. He's really persistent when he needs something from his big sis Charlotte.
Are you also joining our late night romantic picnic?
I certainly hope so. I love a late night romantic picnic with my own brother.
So you're walking through the woods, and you are flipping through that diary that you still have on your person, Julius's diary. It makes you really mad, but you know, you love being mad, so you are still flipping through that diary as you wander through the woods. And you're especially intrigued by something at the back of the book. You've read, of course, all of Julius's inner thoughts and dreams or whatever. But in the back are these like weird blueprints that look like they're for a super weird big pinball machine.
He would make a big weird pinball machine. Steal my thunder. With a flashy pinball machine that doesn't have the true heart of pinball in it. That just lures in all the children with their flashing lights and bippy bops. Ah! I throw the diary to the ground in a rage, and then I do pick it back up again because I'm not getting rid of it.
You hear a muffled swear from behind one of the trees.
Somebody out there?
And out from behind the tree steps Rudy Giovanni of Rudy's Gameria.
Rudy!
Waiting. Charlotte.
What brings you out to the woods today?
Well, Charlotte, and he starts nervously tapping his foot, and he gets out a pocket watch. He's wearing like a pinstripe suit, and he's got a pocket watch. You've never seen Rudy wear these things before. It's super weird. And he's like, look, I don't really have time for this. I need the diary.
This diary? This is
Yes,
mine,
that one.
Rudy.
It's not. Julius left that when he spent the night. He was really happy that night. That's why he left the diary there, because he trusted me with it. Didn't know that the game area would burn down.
God, yeah, I heard about that. It was like an electrical thing. Oh my gosh. You were insured, right?
I sure was. Actually, Charlotte, I meant to thank you for that, because you doing the arson really saved me the hassle of doing it myself to cash out on that insurance scheme.
Well, damn it. I don't regret doing that, but I mean, shit, shouldn't have said that. Well, whatever. Yeah, okay.
Charlotte, we all know it's you. Listen. You're not as big a deal as you think.
I am as big a deal as I think. Yes. I am the fucking prophet of this little burg. I'm going to take over the world someday, my friend. The not the blog. The real one.
Oh, Charlotte, and he's winding up his pocket watch again.
What are you doing with your little device there? Why are you dressed like an ice cream man? What's your deal, Giovanni?
My deal.
Yeah.
Going to a party tonight. But the thing is that for the party, I need the blueprints.
Well, I'm gonna just continue my current plan, which is walking away with the blueprints, and at some point I will take kind of further revenge on you. But in the short term, I happen to have a thing that you want and you don't have, so boy, that tastes good, doesn't it? Yum yum, mine. You just keep enjoying the back of those trees, and I will see you later. And I start walking away slightly faster than is my comfortable pace.
He turns around, and from behind you, he says, "For the revenge." That's cute, Charlotte. That's really cute. And then he's in front of you. But you didn't
whoa.
see him move.
Well,
That's super weird, right? And there is something more off about him than just the pinstripe suit and the pocket watch, because he's kind of glowing a little bit. And his eyes are dark and soulless like a shark's.
Cool. I hit him in the face with the diary as hard as I can.
It goes straight through him.
no.
And I bolt.
And you bolt. And he is chasing after you. And that is where your memory ends. You unlocked your final 2 death marks as well. Lost hope, because you played into Rudy's ultimate insurance scheme plan, which was great.
Whoops.
And Lost in Woods, Something Chases Me. So for Lost Hope, blah, 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 blah. Where is it? Wind chimes. Okay. Wind chimes. Trick. I control air.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a sick
Oh,
one.
I'm gonna make quick use of
That's
this one.
very,
Yeah.
very timely.
That's great.
And barren tree, for I am lost in the woods, something chases me. The barren tree, blah, blah, blah. Regain a point of hunger when you are lost. And again, we haven't used hunger, so you can use this for like an extra die, or if you take damage, you could heal immediately, or something that you think is applicable if you want to use that skill. And I'll roll with it.
All right.
All right. And then you hit your head and you're back in the train. And we'll cut back to the train in a second, but Rufus is experiencing something similar to what Charlotte was as the train plummets to the ground. And Rufus, you are at the base of that lighthouse you like hanging out by.
Yeah, we love the lighthouse, don't we, folks?
We
Can't
do.
do that, right? Yeah, and you're still mad because the James Wendelbecken president
Yeah.
of the Historical Society is
I hate that guy.
yeah, he's gonna tear it down. Like, what the fuck is that about?
Yeah.
And you've been saying this, something to that effect for a while by the time you jump into this memory. And the man in front of you shaking his head, and he's like, look, I trusted Olive when she gave me the rights, when she vouched for you, but you told me you had dirt on James Wendelbecken. And you don't, and I got world stuff to do. I'm real busy. So do you have the gossip you told me you had?
I mean, yeah, he wants to destroy a historical landmark, even though he's on the historical society. That's bad, right? Am I right? Like that's a 1-to-1 bad thing. It's like SeaWorld sushi night.
I don't know if that feels like kind of a stretch. But Rufus, was it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this just everybody knows that. You told me you had like dirt.
Well, I thought that was gonna be enough. I don't really understand why people don't care about that. Shouldn't he at least get fired or
Look,
yelled at like a
did you
bad...
lie to get me out here?
Huh? Oh, no. No.
Because I already told you I can't spare any coverage of your protest. If Olive wants to cover it for the world or whatever, that's fine, I guess, as long as she gets, my stories done. But I don't think there's news here.
Well, I'm sure now that you're already out here now, right? So I'm sure you want to probably not waste the time because you're here, right? So we're already at the base of the... Oh, look, the base of the lighthouse. Look at it. It's wouldn't you be sad if that was gone? And that jerk asshole Wendelbecken, smug, stupid face.
Gotta tell you, Rufus, and he claps a hand on your shoulder, I wouldn't really care.
Oh, okay.
And at that point, you hear a lot of ruckus coming from the woods. Just a whole bunch of ruckus. And out comes running
fuck?
a woman, followed by like a fucking ghost. It's like, that's the only thing you can think of to describe it. It's just like a fucking ghost in a pinstripe suit and pocket watch. And like, they're coming straight for you.
I look over at the guy with... Sorry, is that his name? Is this Joe?
Joe. This is Joe. Yeah, this is Joe.
I look over at Joe and like, see? Things happen here. And this was not a waste of your time, obviously, because I think that's a ghost, maybe, chasing that lady. And I kind of like step in front of Joe a little bit, and I'm just staring at this scene, much like a deer in the headlights.
And because you are a deer in the headlights and you're just stuck there, Joe is actually gonna, holy shit! And then he's gonna drag you, and he's gonna run into the lighthouse because they're catching up to you, and you're like you're in the running path trajectory now.
Gotcha. And if we were able to like catch our breath, like, see, if the lighthouse wasn't here, we'd be dead.
That's the last thing you say as you bump back into the afterlife, and you also get your
Like,
last
scream
two
that
death
out loud.
marks.
Can't fault that logic.
Lighthouse.
You get "I was a liar," which you also could have gotten when you tried to cover for Kyle, but I forgot to give it to you, so I worked it in here. And for "I was a liar," da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh my god, where's your character sheet? Oh my god. There it is. Crossed fingers. Do-do-do-do. Crossed fingers. Trick. Truthful words are painful.
I don't like this one.
Oh,
Yeah.
That one's not fun. Can I? Yeah. Okay.
Do with it what you will. I'm sorry, man. And then you also get "I am running" from someone smarter. A ghost when everyone convinced he was not a ghost. Shoe! You get the shoe. Reduce the challenge you face by 1 when fleeing.
Hell yeah! Now
Hell
that I
yeah.
can
Yeah,
get
it's
behind.
pretty awesome.
Coward stuff.
Coward stuff. Yeah, Shaggy and Scooby stuff. They get away all the time.
Are we? What's the falling train situation? Or what's the gun situation? I guess.
So many situations.
Forgot about that. Just
The
scream
gun
lighthouse
situation-
at the gun person.
It's a lighthouse. The gun person has fired, but the thing is that because the train fell at the same time as this gun person fired, the web that fired out of their gun has hit the windshield. But when you're back, the first thing you notice is that there's like a crash. Like you finally collided with something. The train isn't just like falling anymore and then stopped. You have finally made impact with the ground and you're under all this rubble, and the figure has also been knocked off their feet. And as you all collect yourselves and stand up, you realize that what you are standing in is the ruins of the piano ball.
What?
My kingdom.
Oh crap!
Not Charlotte's piano ball.
And the figure will stand up and fix their hat, and... So the tracks do work. Was it you? Did you get them to work?
Who, me?
The bear did
All
it.
of you, do you know how long? And they're slowly stalking towards you now. Do you know how long I have tried to invent limbo hopping? What did you do to the tracks to make them work?
I'm gonna pull out my bow and knock an arrow and just kind of point. I'm gonna need you to stop advancing on us like a creepy guy.
Yeah, we gave the tracks to a bear, and that did it, right? That's all we did, right? We just gave it to a bear.
Yeah, we didn't do anything to the tracks. We just gave them to the travel agency, and then the train went on them. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
Excuse me, person. Yes, bear. Our foremost bear scientists have invented these tracks meant to travel very fast. We don't really know what's happening with the limbos, but if other foremost Afterlife Tenebris scientists would like to devote their time, and the figure wheels on him and is about to shoot him.
No, don't do this.
No.
After all
Don't
this,
do this to me.
not
I-
the bear, not
I
the
already
bear.
had an
No.
arrow knocked, so I'm gonna let it go.
you're gonna let it go? All right, give
He
me-
can't,
give me-
like, we have spent like 4 episodes trying to keep this bear
I
alive.
will.
I will die for this bear.
If he dies,
And then-
I swear this will be the last episode of this series. I'm
All right, give me. Yeah, and it's gonna be easier because you're using your approach. And I'd say this is a maneuver or overcome. You'll probably want to use maneuver because that's the one you have an extra.
That's
die
my
in.
better one. Sure. All right. That is 2 successes.
Your arrow knocks the weird webby gauze stuff that's coming out of this person's gun.
What did I tell you
to the
about
side.
not being a creepy guy?
Bear invented these tracks after all this time? What did I tell you about the tracks? I told you to tell me how you got them to work.
I want to move in front of Vanderbear. Put my body, kind of like, protect him a little bit.
You can do that. You move in front of Vanderbear. And the figure isn't advancing anymore because you told them to stop. But then the figure will say, I'm sick of you interfering with the Mafia's plans. That's why I had to get involved.
Sorry, we've only been here 2 days.
I know.
But
I
really, you
know
should just
you
get
won't.
better plans.
That is true. If we were able to bumble our ways and make you have a bad time, that's more of a you thing than us.
I don't know if it's gonna make you feel better or worse that it was not our intent to fuck up your plans. So that either
Right.
means that we were lucky as hell or your plans weren't that solid to begin with.
Yeah,
I
and
feel like it
it's
might have been my intent to fuck up your plans, though.
but we gotta and I look at the rest of the crew and then back at this person. We have no idea who you are. If there's a lot of assumptions, I assuming going on with your little gun thing, but we don't know who you are. I'm Rufus. This Vanderbear.
Is that you?
Sorry, you cut out for a second.
What was that?
Is that you, Rudy?
What? What?
As you say that, this person takes out, it looks like almost like a garage door opener with like one big button on it, and they press it, and they say, before they press it, they say, "I haven't pushed the button yet." And then after the button is pressed, you're not in the ruins of the train / the ruins of the piano ball anymore. Skylar, you're where Julius told you to meet. Inside the top of the lighthouse. It's not like a functional lighthouse anymore, so people can just like go up there. It's not, encouraged, but it's not forbidden. And you're in this room, and as you approach it, you hear this weird pinging and whirring, and when you enter the room, there's this giant, weird fucking pinball machine. It's got a lot of tubes sticking out of it, and there are all these, like, hollowed out spaces where, like, pocket watches have been inserted into the machine as if they're going to do something with it. And that's the only thing that's currently in this room. Julius is not here yet.
I'm gonna get closer to the pinball machine and, like, inspect it.
And as you are in front of the pinball machine, inspecting it, you hear from behind you, "Please, Skylar, I didn't know you'd be here." And when you turn around, Penny is standing there, your friend Penny, and she's holding your laptop, held to her chest.
You take my laptop?
Well, I took it from somebody else. It's just there was a party, and everybody was there, and there was a badger that stole my daddy's credit card. So I had to come over and be like, "Hey, please give it back." So I've been looking for something to make that work forever, and I just thought this is barely working, so it might just do it.
And what is this?
She glances at the pinball machine. I'm not supposed to talk about it, but, I really want to go home. Can you touch that?
It's softy for kids. He's gotta do it.
Skylar, no!
Nothing bad happens when you touch it. She just but when she goes up to then touch the machine after you, her little hand just goes through it.
No.
In an ethereal, ghost-like fashion.
Oh.
And I can interact with everything from this world fine except for this. And it's what's keeping me and Daddy here. And I know my daddy threatened you, but he had good intentions, I promise. I didn't want him to kill anybody else like he did with the other reporters. Mr. Detect Stuff and Mr. Bourbon. And I said, we can't keep doing that, because then this is what's causing everything, and I want to go home. Do you know how many times I've turned 7?
If it's more than once, it's too many. So, do you think if I break this, you'll go home?
Think so. But we can't touch it. Right, Daddy? She turns around and there's James Wendelbecken of the Historical Society in his nice suit. But he looks tired. He doesn't look like he did at the party when you saw him from afar. He looks just wan and like all of his energy is gone and just like his hair is rumpled and he's like, I'm so sorry. Penny wanted to tell you from the beginning and she was right. But Penny, you gotta be more careful with stranger danger. I am really sorry about the laptop. The thing is, and he approaches you. We can't break it, but we can modify it. And we've been trying to get these blueprints. We can't communicate with, and he looks up, home. So we've been stuck here for so long. We think this coffee-stained broken battery is what might finally get this pinball machine to stop trapping us on the other side. We don't want to work for her anymore.
Okay. I mean, it's not doing me much good. Do you need my help installing it or something, or...?
Would you mind? And he'll hand you your laptop. There's like an array of tools around too. There's like on the ground. Screwdrivers, some weird like steampunky looking stuff. Things that look like they were maybe tools from another century. Like super weird stuff. But before you settle down to be able to do that, a lot of things happen at once. There is slamming and running and screaming. And then an array of people enter the top of the lighthouse. You recognize Joe, running with somebody you don't know who has a badger on his shoulder. You recognize Charlotte, because you met her briefly outside, and you two said very mean things to each other. And then you kind of recognize the man behind him, but that's a ghost. That's just a ghost. I'm not even going to try to describe. That's just, he's a ghost. There's a ghost following everybody. But Charlotte and Rufus, you've dead end. This is the top of the lighthouse. You've Scooby-Doo run all the way up these stairs, and now there's nowhere left to Scooby-Doo run.
And we just see a huge pinball
Machine.
Contraption.
Huge pinball contraption, a little girl, and James Wendelbecken. These people you've run into a few times, but looking slightly more ethereal than normal.
Wendelbecken! Oh! What the fuck is happening here?
This guy like immediately ducks down and is like trying to get this thing installed before like anyone really notices him here.
Charlotte puts herself on the other side of the beefy badger man.
Rudy the Ghost, Rudy Giovanni of Rudy's Gameria / the Ghost will then stop because he's got you all cornered. He doesn't need to be ghost chasing you anymore.
It's true.
And so the Wendelbeckens are here. Didn't like your jobs? And Wendelbecken's kind of pushing his daughter behind him. And he's like, look, I'm sorry, Mr. Giovanni, we didn't want. And then Rudy screams like a ghostly wail type of a scream. Like, it's not a human sound, it's a ghost sound. And I'd try to make it, but I can't. And James and Penny will, like, shut up and go like, we've been working for so long, but you said that after the first 50 years we'd be able to go back, and that hasn't we haven't. We paid off the debts, please. We paid off the debts, and we hate seeing this happen to people. And Rudy winds up his watch again, sticks it in his pocket, and says, "You knew what you signed up for when you agreed to work for the Mafia." And James says, "No, that's the point. I just said that we didn't. You told us completely different circumstances than what is happening right now." And then two things happen at once. One, Olive, you were getting antsy downstairs, and this is what you heard. This whole hullabaloo happening up here. So you enter at the same time that Rudy the ghost turns over and sees Skylar messing with the pinball machine, and he yells, "Stop!"
I walk in, and the chocolate-covered strawberry that I was eating as I was going up these stairs falls out of my mouth.
Tyler's still shoving the battery in this place.
Sorry.
Like...
Rudy starts slowly approaching you. And he's gonna stand right in front of you as you're still in like a threatening, menacing way, as you're still trying to battery. "The big boss ain't gonna like if you do that. And you know what'll happen when you die? You'll be put to work harder than the rest of them."
I mean, theoretically, I believe nothing happens when I die and I just go into a dark void. But sure, tell me that.
Will someone just tell me what's happening here?
Seriously. Hi. Sorry. Is this some sort of like play that I'm watching? Like what? Like, did I interrupt
This
something?
is a man who doesn't respect pinball. And also might be enslaving ghosts. I don't know. I only caught part of it.
He's gonna look at you, Charlotte, and he's gonna... My finger's not high enough on the camera. He's gonna beckon you over. And "The blueprints, please. We can get this working better if I have the blueprints."
Rudy. And you said he had shoved his pocket watch into his back pocket?
Yes, I did.
Yes. I take a step over there. And with one hand I do hold out this this book, and then as soon as I feel there is an opening, I reach around and I grab that butt. I try to get that pocket watch out of that pocket.
I'm not gonna make you roll because this is a memory, you know? You just do this.
True.
And the pocket watch is yours now. Never seen it before. The initials SB are on it though. That's like the only thing that you take stock of before this scary ghost Rudy man just like wheels around and tries to like hit you back, but his arms just go through you because he's a ghost. And he's like, damn it. It's not working. Why isn't it working, Wendell Beacon? And James is like, so it is working though. You're still getting, when people die, they're still going to the shit man instead of the right place. And we've I know you've been trying to break it. And he's going to advance on James and Penny.
Don't move or I smash this thing, whatever it is.
He turns back around and says, "A sentimental trophy. He got a little bit too close to the lighthouse. I don't like when people get too close to the lighthouse. It has to stay up forever for this thing to keep working, Wendell Beacon." And Wendell Beacon's like, I couldn't get it to be torn down unless I advocated for it as part of the historical society. I don't know why that was my only option. But please.
I'm gonna just while all this has been going on and no one has been paying attention to me, I'm gonna pull out my phone. First thing I'm gonna text Kyle saying, "Don't go to the lighthouse. I love you." And then I'm gonna start recording whatever the fuck is happening up here.
So this only works with the lighthouse stands.
Mm-hmm. That's what you're gathering from the context of the conversation.
That's why you wanted to
Break something big.
That's why you wanted to destroy the lighthouse, Wendelbecken. Whatever this thing is important and tied here.
For since it was built, for some reason, it affects the natural progress of death. We're not from here. We're from the Tenebris. And we've been stuck here for such a long time. We need to get back. And, Rudy will step around and say, "We're working on it. Just because we have the technology to travel people between worlds and not between limbos doesn't mean we're not close, Wendelbecken. You just need to hold on until we can find a way to do that. And then we won't need wanderers to smuggle for limbos."
There's a whole lot happening here. I think I'm just gonna go, everybody.
That's a great idea, Rufus. This seems way above my pay grade.
Yeah, enjoy your ghost pinball machine. I don't know what any of this means, and I don't want to make any decisions until I know exactly what's going on. So, pleasure seeing all of you, maybe second time, and all that stuff. All right.
As you try to leave, Rudy zooms in front of you. He can
Yeah.
do that. And is like, "Nobody's leaving here alive."
Are there like any explosives around? Anything? I mean, a lithium battery in my hand.
You have a lithium battery. There's random tools around, and Penny is eyeing you from behind Wendelbecken, and she's going. She's mouthing,
Sure.
"Please." So
totally...
you can do whatever you want, but she is clearly begging you to destroy the thing from behind Wendelbecken.
Yeah, so I think that like at this point, Skylar had kind of gotten the battery like mounted in there, and he just takes like an owl that was laying around for whatever reason, like a leatherworking tool, who knows why it was here, and like sets it against the lithium battery and like bangs it really hard into the lithium battery to like get all of like, I don't know, that theoretically works in his brain. It's a game.
And it theoretically works in real life. As you do that, there was just an explosion of sparks from this pinball machine. And there has been like a storm raging outside, and the lightning and the thunder crack at the same time as you just lithium battery this thing into the pinball machine. And there is an explosion of light and crackling electricity. And it is so much louder and closer and more intense than the storm that's raging outside. And after this explodes, the building starts groaning in response. It's an old lighthouse, and it starts listing to the side, slowly at first, and then as more weight gathers, faster and faster and faster, and its weight starts pulling it down at a velocity too fast to describe. And suddenly all of you, in real time, in the afterlife, feel that same sensation you felt when you touched that door on the train. Like you're crashing into something, except this time it feels painful and final and definite.
Oof.
And you all wake up in the rubble of the train, and Skylar has all his death marks as well.
Damn.
For I broke something big. You get... I click on every single other character sheet before I find the correct person. Every single time. Crushing Hand! Ah, I found it. Regain a point of body when you destroy something valuable. And I brutally killed someone. They had it coming. You get a poison vial. Murder. Well, it's a murder weapon, but he was able to choose the poison vial. And then I said no and did Lighthouse instead. Murder
Love
weapon
it.
is gain a +1 die on a check when you try to kill someone.
Oh, good.
Fun.
Useful.
You killed
Very
us.
useful. And you all wake up in the dust and the rubble. And after this person pressed the button, they go, so that did work. And then takes off their mask. And it's Mina, the boatman's best friend / steampunk girl who was on the
No.
boat in the first session and took you to the OK Bar and Inn.
I liked her.
What?
Says, you fucking wanderers. You've ruined everything, you know that? You broke my machine, and now my whole business model is up in smoke. The boatman is Mina. Like, shut up, old man. Do you know how long I've been putting up with you and your insipid songs and your insipid boats? But my boats, they are very cool. Are you telling me you are the shipman? Yes, I'm telling you that I'm the shipman. You imbecile. I had a nice racket going, my invention that I placed there centuries ago because, of course, getting from world to world is easier than getting from limbo to limbo, redirected the souls of the departed to my ship. And with this, and she holds the button again, I can control wanderers' memories. I didn't know it worked the other way. Interesting that I've gained all your memories and could see them when I pressed the button. He's like, but Mina, are you, so you were helping the wanderers, by giving them their memories.
No.
Super don't think she was.
Nah, what
Are
was
you
going
sure?
on at all.
Because Mina, we were besties. I was throwing you a death day party. I was hiring the party crashers, you know, the good ones, the very good party. It was going to be on a party boat, on my party boat, my very cool party boat.
Any boat the boatman's on is a party boat.
Listen, man, do you know how easy it was to rig your boat not to work? You never questioned why the wanderers weren't coming to your boat, because I was redirecting them the whole time. And do you know how much money I make by sending wanderers to smuggle? And you know how long I've tried to invent it so that we can go into limbos, and so that this isn't necessary at all. Then these fucking bears do it? These bears do it? And Vanderbilt's
These
like, well,
bears are awesome. Don't slander the bears.
my
Watch
elite
it.
bear scientists. And she goes, shut up! And she turns around, and she pops open the garage door opener, takes out a pocket watch, shakes it, sticks it back in, and then says, you know, it's a shame. You have all your death marks, but the portal isn't opening. How nice for me. It seems that, and she turns the little thing around in her hands. And behind her, you do see kind of like an eerie portal kind of forming. It's really, really fuzzy though. Like, it's like a door that's kind of trying to open, but is stuck. It resembles how you got into this piano ball limbo in the first place, how it was sort of a shimmery aura. And she'll say, it seems I still control your absolution. And even though you destroyed my machine, I'll find a way to get back into the world of the living, to rig that dear departed pathway. And you will never see your beloved beyond.
Gust of wind.
I was gonna say, this is technically a combat.
Blows.
Anyone
Yes.
can do anything they want. There's no initiative order. Anyone can just jump in with whatever they want. So we have a gust of wind from Charlotte.
Yeah,
Because you
I
control the air. You
Yeah.
control air. Yeah.
And I would like that to. This may create. I'm creating wind.
Yeah, I'll let you roll create.
All right, and this is also something that I really want, which I believe also falls under one of my death marks. Reduce the challenge by 1 when it involves an item I want, and boy, howdy, I do want this garage door opener.
Stack them. Go for it. Stack them.
And I'm gonna use a point of generosity too, because I want it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
no,
many
go
dice
for it.
is this?
This is now 4 dice. That
4
is a
dice.
5, a 5, a 4, and a 1.
5. What were those numbers?
5, 5, 4, 1. So
Okay.
3
Nice.
successes.
That is 3 successes. That was definitely enough. The gust of wind suddenly just fueled by your anger, because fuck, like that portal thing, like that feels like where you need to go. Like that feels right. It feels like warm and it's calling to you, and she's gonna stop you from getting there? Come on. And so this gust of wind, fueled by your anger, fires like that Molotov cocktail you threw at Rudy's gameria, and just like whoosh, whacks that little remote out of her hand, and it flies into the rubble of the piano ball. It's hidden under some rubble, but it's out of her hands. And she will scream and then dive for it, but people can do stuff.
Yeah, can I like
You've all got all your death marks, so
it's true. And barriers pose little threat to me. So I would say all this rubble of the piano ball is a fairly significant barrier to what I want. So yeah, so I would like to outrun Mina here and try to get through that rubble first and try to steal it out from under her.
okay. Yeah, go ahead and and is that a trick that you're using?
Yes, it's a trick. Barriers pose little threat to me.
That is your aunt. Okay, and then
I
think
would
that
also
be-
love to spend a point of hunger to break in and steal something.
Please go for it.
Yeah.
Please do. You can do this.
Yep. So what do I roll?
I would say overcome, because you're
Okay.
trying to beat her to something.
Cool. And using my trick, does that get me another die?
Go ahead. Yes.
Okay, cool. As well as spending my hunger would that give me another die to break in and steal something?
I lowered the challenge for that one.
Fantastic.
So you don't need to roll as many successes.
All right, so that's going to be 3 die for me. Two successes.
2 successes. You do it. Mina's got these cool rocket boots that she like pops on in her little steampunk Captain Crunch costume.
No.
And she rockets over all the rubble and stuff. But for some reason, you just feel like you can do this. You've always been a little bit of a daredevil, you know? You've ridden your bike down hills and you've stolen stuff, which is really a dangerous thing to do. You've always really lived for the thrill, and you've gotten bored easily.
Mm-hmm.
And this just fits into your vibe. Like, who knows? Maybe you were also good at parkour in real life.
I could have been.
That would fit into your avenue. And so this just comes really natural to you. And again, that portal, it's calling to you. Like, you want it. And as an extension, that little remote thing is also calling to you. And so as you snake in, Mina's just about to get it, and you just like Aladdin your way right in and just like street rat it away from her before she can grab it. And she will scream again. She's very frustrated.
Got it. I don't know how to work it.
Skylar was definitely, like, as that was going on, put his armor on and was chasing after Mina with like his aspect at point, and like
Love
as
it.
she stops to scream is like doing that jump to just like ram her like clean through with the spike. He's not holding back at this point.
He's not.
Hell yeah.
No,
Kill,
Skylar's been
kill.
through a lot.
Kill,
Do
kill,
it, yeah.
kill.
Yeah, I'm going for the kills.
Here, go for it. Go for the kill.
Okay, so what would that be?
For the kill, so you just got your cool kill ability. Gain
Yeah.
a +die in a check when you try to kill someone. I think this would probably also be overcome.
Okay. And then I get
Because it
another
is-
die for my aspect, right?
Yes, for your approach. Yes.
Or my approach. Yep. Sorry,
Yeah.
I don't know where aspect came from. Kingdom Hearts, probably. I had to guess. One success. Wow, the dice don't like me.
So you do nail her real good. You nail her real hard. Like she wasn't prepared for that and she was frustrated, so she just flies across. And you think like in so many instances, you know, you were so close to doing great things, but you always held yourself back a little, and maybe that's what happened here now. There are so many things you seem to have missed out on because you were just too afraid to give it your all. And maybe a little bit harder would have killed her, but she does fly across the rubble, and she's down for a second, and then the boatman's actually he's gonna run over to her. He's gonna be like, Mina, wait, do I like you or do I not like you? I am very confused right now. Oh, I don't want to see you get hurt. And she goes, shut up, boatman. She gets up and goes, I never liked your boat anyway. And the boatman's like, but Mina, my boat. And help, not even my speedboat. It's up there. It's still up there. It's still hovering. And you never liked helping the wanderers and giving them their shitty abacuses and their cool armor suit. She's like, no. All my life, all I've wanted to do was make money. And the fact that we can't limbo to limbo ruins that. It's impossible. And she's so frustrated that the boatman is trying to be her friend that she's gonna fire at the boatman. her little web thing. And she fires and it hits.
Oh no.
The boatman doesn't die because he can't. He's very cool. But he is entangled in the web and he's like, ah! And then she loads it again. And this one's like electrified webbing.
I just want to, I think, probably do something simple, right? And I want to pick up a piece of the rubble and bash her in the head. And I'm just shouting, just screaming. You know what I'm saying? And try to bring down a big chunk of rock. And I whisper to the rock, go, hit there. Find your mark, find your mark, find your mark, find your mark. Using my trick, I speak with stone.
I love it.
I love that.
So,
Yes, that's going to give you an extra die. You can get an extra die for this. And are you aiming to kill or just incapacitate?
I think just incapacitate.
Okay.
Yeah. So what body?
But I'd have to say overcome.
Okay. So I have 4. Oh boy. 0 successes of when I rolled my 4 dice here.
Oh.
Whoopsies.
Oh.
Hey, it happens.
When you whisper to the stone, find your mark, find your mark, find your mark, it says, I don't have eyes, and then it just flies into the distance and like hurls past her head, and she'll turn around, and now she's aiming the electrified webbing that she was preparing to fire the boatman at you. And she was already gearing up to shoot it. So roll I think maneuver to dodge.
Okay. All right, let's go. My 1 remaining HP. Really looking forward to this. Okay, I got 3 successes.
Oh, that's way more than you needed. Yeah. You get out of the way. And as you do, you remember, like, as you're flipping, you are so agile and so acrobatic and so strong. And you're like, man, I was really cool. And, like, genuinely didn't do anything wrong, was just stuck in a really weird situation with a lot of really weird people and a lot of weird circumstances. And you remember your badger, and you hope your badger's okay after the lighthouse crash.
But he doesn't have a soul, so
That's a very
and
that's a
At least he
broad
doesn't have to deal
statement
with
about
this.
animals you just made.
But remembering your badger has fueled you with so much warmth and love that you can recover a point of health,
yay!
There we are.
so that you're not close to actual death. So, Olive, as you were screaming like, I can't get this to work, I can't get this to... how does this work?
Exactly like that. Yes.
You'll hear hey from the background. You turn around and you see Susie, the chocolate milk lady who wanted to get out of the mafia from the piano ball, and she's waving over the rubble, and she's beckoning you. I keep doing hand motions, but they're always outside the camera. She's beckoning you to come. Over.
Sure. I won't question this at all. I'll run with this garage door opener towards Susie.
And Susie's like, oh, I didn't expect to see you so soon. That's like the mafia, right? That's like the mafia ringleader.
Yep. I think it's not just you getting out of the mafia. I think everybody's getting out because we're gonna destroy the mafia.
She will look back over her shoulder, and there are 2 figures there who you recognize as the 2 people in the memory, who you had met briefly at the party, but then who were also in the lighthouse. And there's a man with his hand on a little girl, and he's waving to you from over there. And then Susie says, from the Wendelbeckens, we thank you. I haven't seen my husband and daughter in so long. And she'll take the garage door opener, and she'll open it, and she'll remove the pocket watch, throw it on the ground and break it, and then take out batteries the way that she had done that with Skylar's walkie-talkie earlier, and she'll put it in, and I know it's counterintuitive, but dead batteries will fix everything here.
Okay.
And she hands it back to you. And then back on the field, Mina is still up. And the boatman's like, Mina, please, you have to, come on, why don't you want to help wanderers? I mean, look at this poor soul. And he gestures as best he can, all webbed up, to Skippy Bourbon, who is still there, but not doing anything. And he'll like, what do you gain from this? Why? I still don't have I have no idea what these people experienced. I still have no idea what's happening. But you stole my future from me. I never even got to meet the boatman. I didn't get an abacus or a cool Iron Man suit. I didn't get I can't control wind. Like what is who knows what I'm capable of? Who knows what I'm capable of? Because I don't. None of my death marks have been realized. And the boatman's like, see, that is what death is all about, Mina. You find yourself in death, and you are not helping these wanderers find themselves, and you are being very mean to me. I am very sad. And Mina will wheel back around, and she'll say, I've put up with your antics for such a long time, boatman. It's not a boat, it's a ship. It's a ship. That is the proper way. That is the proper way to refer to a vehicle that operates on the water, sometimes in the sky.
Difference of size. A boat can fit on a ship cannot fit on a boat. I would say the boatman has a boat.
She turns
Guys are
around.
going hard for boats.
Yeah.
Love it.
Like, I'm sick of you. You broke my pinball machine. I don't know why that worked to ferry souls into the afterlife, but something about it did. And now I have to get back and rebuild it. And she's advancing on you and she's firing up her gun again. And it's like a revolver. She's switching it so that the ammo is no longer the web that she used in the boatman. It looks like something way more bullet-like and lethal.
And this is when she's definitely getting attacked by me. So we're at the remains of the piano ball. There's
You
a
sure
bar
are.
here, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Are there bottles behind that bar?
Yes.
Plenty.
Do you think that maybe while nobody is paying attention to me, I could wait? Let's just look at this death mark. Oh yeah, stealthily, creep down behind that bar and make myself my favorite cocktail, the Molotov, and sort of prepare one of those to hurl when the moment seems right.
Absolutely. You prepare yourself however many chocolate Molotovs you want. It's all chocolate milk back there, but it'll work. The
It'll
properties will work the way that you want them to. You sense this as you stealthily steal over there and put everything and concoct your things from behind the bar. And do you throw them at her as she's advancing on Skylar?
Oh, 100%. Skylar, you can see me. I'm behind her, so bear in mind. What would we call this? Is this? I guess I'm creating a Molotov cocktail.
Yeah, I will let you roll create for this because it's fun.
Okay. Yes. Very good. And I get +1 when I'm being stealthy,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know that I have anything else that will super help me on this. So.
Do you have blood that
Here we
burns?
go.
Because you could make yourself bleed a little bit for the fuse.
Oh my god, I do have blood that
Yes.
scalds. Cool. Yeah, while I'm doing all of this, I also, I don't know. Okay, yeah, no. In the absence of matches, I take a little bit of broken glass from from all of this rubble, scratch my arm, feeling that the rage within surely indicates that my blood will be hot enough to light this Molotov aflame, and I use that to light the thing before I hurl it at this little girl who was working with Rudy.
Something instinctually tells you, yes, my blood is going to work to ignite this chocolate Molotov cocktail. And so you barely feel the pain. You do, but in fact it just empowers you as you just like blood packed your way onto these chocolate Molotov cocktails. And as soon as you light them with your blood, it fizzles and explodes, and you sense that you have to throw it very, very fast. And so
I do.
And you do those things. And it lands on the back of Mina's, like, it knocks off her Captain Crunch hat, her steampunk evil Captain Crunch hat, and then lights her hair aflame. Ooh. She's on fire now, so she is going to stop, drop, and roll. That's what you should do, kids. Even the villain does it.
Responsible.
Stop, drop, and roll. So she is on the ground doing that. Her screams kind of remind you of that time you murdered not the flipper, his brother, Dalton, by pouring scalding hot boiling water on top of him.
God.
Rufus.
Forgot about that.
So
it was so long ago. Yesterday was a completely different day.
Complete. Weeks, really.
Yeah.
Like so 7 death marks ago. Who can remember?
Time is an illusion, man.
Yeah, so true.
So she's screaming and rolling on the ground, but she'll be able to extinguish herself if left alone to stand up.
Pretty boy, kill her like you killed me.
Well, I mean, I feel like I owe Charlotte that much, right?
Killed all of us.
You are kind of the reason why we're all here.
Ghost child.
I know I said we shouldn't take the memories we learned and be mad at each other here, but I wasn't expecting that you killed all of us. But
Yeah.
regardless, we'll talk about it later.
I am wondering about the Kyle thing, though, because Kyle drew me to the lighthouse. Kyle told Charlotte to go to, Kyle. So many questions, Kyle. I loved you, Kyle.
Kyle.
I never trusted him.
I do. I loved him.
But yeah, so one thing about my suit of metal and wire is that it is deadly to my enemies. So I want Skylar to, as like he's moving closer to Mina, like a bunch of the wires kind of like start to disentangle themselves and like go towards Mina to like prevent her from rolling. To stop her from being able to put the fire out.
Yikes.
I'm sorry to everybody who's listening to this. Or watching this. I'm just going off of Charlotte's.
That's right. Everybody follow Charlotte's lead.
Yeah, I'm actually... You're not doing anything except walking up to her and using your suit, so I feel like I don't even have to make you roll for this.
Okay.
Your little
I
your
can
wires-
see if you withstand, but I got like 6 dice there.
Mhm.
You know what? Yes, that is roll me a withstand. Because this is making your suit hold a burning person in place.
All right, I got 3 successes.
That's the exact number that you needed.
Hell yeah.
And so you're struggling, you're sweating through your suit, and your wires that are entangling from your suit are fraying. But they hold fast. The outer casing kind of dissembles, but the wires inside are fine. And as you're doing this, there are flashes to the last things that you saw after you just pulverized that pinball machine, which were wires. just crackling and then probably bursting into tiny flame because of the power of the electricity and the static in the air and ghosts. And Mina can't stop, drop, and roll. And that's a very bad thing. So she quietly burns to death.
Oh my
Your
God.
wires.
Quietly, I'm not sure.
Look, and she starts screaming. Just...
I
was gonna say she's
cover
screaming, but
I cover Vanderbeer's eyes. He doesn't need to see this.
You keep him pure.
he really appreciates that. This has been like the worst day of his work life so
Don't
far.
listen. Don't listen, big guy. Don't listen.
Like a real bad day for him. And Skippy will actually like he'll take off his coat, his raggedy patchy hobo coat, and he'll like throw it over Mina so that her screams are stifled underneath the heavy leather. Teamwork makes the dream work. You did it.
I jog back up to this scene with my garage door and
Absolutely.
I go, holy shit. Oh my.
It's in my note. I can still smell it.
Oh.
Oof.
Oh.
Ugh.
Well, good job.
Smells like victory.
Oh boy.
Oh. You guys are definitely evil, and you brought us in here somehow. I don't know, but
You
I
know,
guess
I'm not
now
really
I'm glad you're
sure
here.
I would call myself evil.
No, I mean, it sort of seems like all of us were just very unlucky. I don't know.
I am sorry for killing you all.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
Apology
Unintended
accepted.
Hey, you ruined Rudy's little building, bud. We're friends now.
You also, yeah.
I just hope that that Penny and her dad got out.
I just remember Susie from the piano ball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Penny's mom.
Wow.
I just saw them and they said thank you.
Oh. Do they know how to work that thing?
I mean, there's only one button on it, right?
There is only one button, the boatman says sadly. He's standing next to you now. He's disentangled himself from the webs, and he's staring sadly at Mina's body hidden by Skippy's overcoat.
So
I'm sorry for killing your friend, Skippy.
It is okay.
what happens?
Skippy Boatman. Wow. Lol. Sorry.
What happens if I push the button?
You should find out.
I step back away from all of.
I do. I push it.
The portal opens. The cracks of light that was like shimmering around, giving the impression of a door that wasn't quite open, they gradually like spread in a circle until all the swirls turn into one, and it is a bright, white, warm, comforting light. It has a lot of voices, a lot of smells, a lot of feels. You're not in it yet, but you know that all of these things are true, and it is invigorating all of your senses as you stand outside it. And you're even getting more snatches of like memories that weren't just the ones that you experienced with your death marks. You're remembering holiday meals and hugging badgers and the thrill of the hunt for the news and working together with someone you love, even though they don't like some of the things that you do. And the sheer rush of getting a high score in a pinball game and then ruining others' lives through getting a high score in a pinball game. And it's different to each and every one of you. But it's all there, and you can sense this is where you need to go.
So we just walk through the portal here.
The boatman comes and slings a hand or an arm around your shoulder, and then whoever is on the other side of Rufus, we'll say it's Skylar, and he's just hanging out. That is what it is. It has been a long time since, well, you know it has been a long time since we had Wanderers. It has been a long time since I got to see Wanderers find their absolution. You know, you keep talking as if this was a punishment for you, and that is not right. I mean, you got stuck, and you got an extra journey, but life gave you an extra adventure, and I think that is something to be thankful for.
True, I guess, but it was very weird.
It was very weird. I have no idea what you are talking about most of the time. I was not here for most of it, but it seems like you all knew each other, and that's so fun. That's so exciting. I hope nothing weird happens in your memories.
Yeah, ghosts exist.
Of course they do.
I
Do you
mean,
not think ghosts exist?
No.
Obviously, I guess. Look at us.
Of course.
So I want to point at the portal. What's it like over there?
You know, I've never been. This is my home, the Tenebris. It is my job to get people there, not to go there. But I imagine it's very fun.
I feel like we've kind of left a bit of a mess behind. What with, and I sort of indicate the everything. And now, listen, y'all know me. It is not outside of my character to make a big mess and then just walk away as the rubble burns. But, I don't know.
You know what? That's a that's okay. And Skippy straightens up, and he's like a lot less hunched when he's not wearing the big jacket. And I'm finally free, and Lay is gone, and Lay won't be able to find his absolution. But and he rolls back a sleeve on his long sleeve shirt that's underneath his jacket, and there is a little death mark there.
Oh.
That lit up. There's like a little fist on his thing, and he's like, but I remembered that I liked to box, which feels really out of character for me, right? Who would think I could box? But apparently I did. And I now that the linchpin is finally down, the mafia can be dismantled. And I can find out who I was after such a long time, and I can help other wanderers because they'll come to your boat now, right? Instead of the ship band, Mr. Boatman. And the boatman will remove his arms from Skylar and Rufus's shoulders, and instead put one around Skippy, and say, "That is right. Wanderers will come back to me. This makes a lot of sense. This is why we just did not have many wanderers for a while they were such a rare breed, because they were the shipmen. The shipmen. Skylar is right. My boat, it's a boat. It's a boat. My very small boat, but it's a cool boat. That's.
Oh, it's a very cool boat.
Thank you. That's all I want. A very cool boat.
Can we shoot you one more time for the road?
Oh,
Please, you can shoot. Please, all you want. I love being shot at. I love it. It is so fun.
Ow.
And
Pong, pong.
he moves through, and he's like, "Whoa, it tickles. I love it so much. What do you say, Mr. Bourbon here? Do you want to? You can be my new assistant if you want. You can help the future wanderers because
Congratulations.
Oh, thanks. I would love that. I would really love that. Both of our best friends are dead, so we can just be each other's new best friends.
Oh, that's sweet.
That sounds very,
that
very.
works.
That is how that works. That sounds like a
Skippy,
very.
remember
Outwarding
though, you're a wanderer, and you need to find absolution. So don't get too comfortable, all right?
Yeah, and you're gonna need some stuff if you're gonna be wandering through these limbos. So here, and I want to pull out and hand them my walkie-talkies. These are solar powered. They're amazing. I want to give them my hat, and this is for the sunburn. Prevent sunburn. Do you know how to shoot a bow?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I apparently bought.
Yeah,
They're not that
yeah.
different.
Yeah, take it. I didn't know how to use it before I got it, so.
Oh. And he'll play with it a little bit. Like, this is. Thank you.
Yeah.
We appreciate that. And he'll put all of his stuff in like his little pack. And be like, see, this is the joy it comes to give weird gifts to people. It is so much fun. I'm sure they will be very useful. But Skippy, they are right. You must find your absolution, because that is what all wanderers must need. But I will help you find it, because that is my job as the boatman. I ferry people to the afterlife, and then I ferry them on to the next adventure.
Well, okay.
I'm kind of nervous about going. Is anyone else nervous?
Thank
bit. Yeah.
Can't be worse than all of this, right? So
This wasn't so bad. I mean, it was weird. Yeah.
it was
but,
very weird, yeah.
I mean, so is life. Very weird.
I think I
That's
want to
true.
start the next stage, not a coward. And Skylar kind of like straightens up a little bit, and like his armor like goes back to the cog. And he says, "Of course, it would be nice if somebody walked through with me."
I can pat your shoulder like, all right, I'm ready. It's too hot out here.
And it smells awful, really.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
I
good
don't want
with
the two
that.
of you to go and then just to leave me. Let's all just go together.
Is it wide enough for
Yeah,
all of us?
okay, we
Is
all
can we do
came
one of those?
here together. Might as well all leave together. Hey, Boatman, do me a favor. If you
Yes.
see a handsome guy named Julius who seems like a pinball enthusiast, just
Yeah.
whoop right into the water, okay? Okay,
Right into
that's
the
for me.
water. Okay. I am
Don't
sure
do
he will love
that.
that practical joke. It is fine. I am the boatman. I can stop him from dying. That sounds like I should do
Just
that
let
to
him
more
just let him
wanderers.
die forever. Okay.
I should do that to more wanderers who come.
There
That
you
is
go,
very good.
Charlotte, leaving your mark everywhere.
Always.
Bye, Vanderbear. Have good luck with your insanely powerful technology you have now, and whatever that means for this world. But good luck.
Bear has like tears running down his cheek. He's like, I know that I've only known you fine people for a few hours since you got on my train. But truly, this has been an experience. One of the worst days of my life, for sure. And only some of this can I share with the little Vanderbears. And he glances over at Mina's charred corpse and says, but I would remember it, and it is good. It is good that bear science is clearly at the forefront of regular science, and so this is I can learn from this, and Lay would be so proud. And then he's gonna hug all of you.
Oh,
You all get
please.
a really good big bear hug
Bear
from
hug.
Cornelius
yeah.
Vanderbear.
All right, all right, all right.
I'm going to miss you, but I'm so happy for you. Getting to move on. Find your absolution. Oh, being a wanderer was so sad.
Yeah. All right. There.
Bear.
Good.
I'm gonna miss you, Vanderbeer. You always had those good jokes.
I'm going to miss you, Rufus. You know what? Mrs. Vanderbeer has another little Vanderbeer on the way. And I might just give this little Vanderbeer 4 names.
What? Oh, okay, that's great. I mean, just don't. Even though if I'm leaving, be safe. Don't die. Be careful. All right.
I perfectly safe. And then like a beam falls down behind him. This is the ruins of the piano ball bar. Be perfectly safe.
Hey, once you get this train repaired, you can call it Wanderer Proof.
That is a very good idea. Wanderer proof. That'll be very exciting. Because I am not the boatman right now. Because yes, people want adventure on their train rides. Safety also. We really have to increase our safety standards. But that's. I'm so delighted that you have shown me the faults in my train and the successes of my train. Now I can make it bigger and better. Wanderer proof. I like that. Wanderer proof. A wanderer proof train. The only wanderer proof train. Haha.
Probably avoid wanderers after we go, just as a FYI.
But I want to avoid wanderers after meeting you fine folk.
Okay, yeah, it just seems like an unnecessary risk, but
We did.
do
We
you.
set the bar pretty high. I gotta say.
yeah, true.
We're great. Yeah.
I think we nailed this. I'm pretty sure. Boatman, if you see a guy named Kyle, if he shows up on your boat, tell him that I love him, and he's not gonna remember that, but he will.
Okay, should I tell that to every man named Kyle? It is a very common name.
Probably Kyle Waitley.
Kyle Waitley.
Yeah.
I can look for a Kyle Waitley.
Yeah.
Isn't that your name, Charlotte?
Sure
Waitley,
is.
Waitley.
And then afterwards, whoop, right into the water. But that time's not for kill. That one is just a prank, okay?
Okay. They are both the pranks. I love the pranks. Oh, my
Yeah,
boat's
but
going
no,
to be
Julius,
so much more
don't let him
exciting.
back in.
Julius. I will. Yes. I'll put a slide on my boat.
That's a brilliant idea.
And they'll be able to slide into the water. Yes, this is very good. You see, new adventures. They cause new innovations. This was a very, I am very glad to have met you all. You solved a problem I was not aware existed. And that means a good deal to me, even if I am very sad right now, and will continue to be sad for some time.
That's got to give us a lot of points for whatever's through there, right?
We stopped the ghost mafia. I mean,
Yeah, I feel like we got God damn it, I feel like we just got the high score that is not going to be beat, you know?
All nines.
The highest of scores.
From the, really large folds of his jacket, the boatman will take out 4 packs of stickers that all say, All-Star, A+, good job, look, you got so many points, please take these stickers. And he's gonna, take one off the pack and just, stick it onto each one of you.
Ow.
nice. It's right.
And
It's
then
right
hand you
above
the
my
full
little
text.
junior detective badge.
It's right above your little junior detective badge. He's like, stickers, you got so many points. I don't even know how to keep track of future points. And I'm going to tell everyone, every new wanderer, you will have to beat Charlotte Watley's high score when they come on the boat. And you have to beat Olive's high score, Olive Wilmot's high score, and you will have to beat Skylar's high score. I didn't catch your last name, I am sorry. And you have to beat the
That's
amazing
what happened.
Rufus's high score. Some people don't. I don't, I'm just Boatman, the Boatman. That is my name.
Well,
Okay.
should we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is, we're just doing emotions now.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of sincerity for me.
Yeah, I think Charlotte's gonna start, I don't know, cracking jokes again, so.
Cracking jokes are burning things. Let's all, God damn it, we're gonna hold hands or something, aren't we?
Yeah,
Ugh.
we are gonna hold hands. Hold my hand,
hold
Charlotte.
hands, please. I would like that so much. The boatman has produced a Polaroid from somewhere in his cloak.
Boatman,
And just snapping
stop.
pics. Please, this is for posterity. I need this would go on my board. And the points. These are the points they will have to beat. Oh, this is so sweet.
I do like
I
that.
am so happy for you all.
Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah.
You, yeah, walk through the portal.
Mm-hmm.
Off we go.
You walk through the portal. And you feel that hitting sensation again that you felt when you hit the door, and again when you died in the lighthouse. But this time, it's like an embrace. So I guess it's really the opposite of when you felt that collision. This feels like somebody pulling you in for a really big bear hug from the other side. And you fall into it, and beyond it, who knows what adventures await. And that's Afterlife. Wandering Souls.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I was hoping you were going to tell us what was there so that we would
Oh,
know
no.
in our real
Oh,
world.
God,
It's
no.
like, there's Jesus Christ standing there in front of you.
Jesus is definitely not there, but like he's got
White Jesus is standing there for some reason. I
No.
know. It's very weird.
he looks like every picture you ever see of him in Western depictions.
Yeah, holding a lamb.
Definitely not.
There
None
he
of that.
is.
None of that is canon.
None of that.
Thank you. I'm gonna let everyone go around and remind chat where they can where everyone can find you, so that it gives me a chance to stop crying a little bit.
I'm Hallie. I was the guest GM for this. As a reminder, we played, well, you know that we played Afterlife because I just said it, but it's a really cool system. Angry Hamster Publishing. Very, very awesome. There's so much in this book that I didn't get to because I made up most of like the limbos and the lore and stuff. For instance, anyone could go in limbos, and I said, no, only wanderers. It's really, really cool. The lore in this book is really fantastic. I urge you to look it up. If you were looking for more games by me, I am on the actual play podcast Quest Friends. We just finished our first season, and so we are in like a mid-season thing where we all do different one-shots. And the one-shot we're on right now that's being released is a one-shot of Dread, where I play a ghost who doesn't believe in ghosts. So if you liked all the ghosts here, you'll probably like that one as well. And our season 2, it's gonna have ghosts. Gonna have a lot of ghosts, possibly cameo from the Boatman. We don't know yet. But yeah, Quest Friends, Quest_friends on Twitter, and I am Hallie Kuntz at Hallie Kuntz, HALLIE KOONTZ, just my name. And Catching Up David, spelled the way that it sounds on Twitter.
Hello, I'm Landon Corbin. You can find me on Twitter at OccasionalGM. Thank you so much for joining me for Skylar's Terrible Person Adventures. I had such a great time playing him. Thank you for letting me be part of this game. And if you want to hear other characters of mine go through also Terrible Person Adventures and occasionally a Nice Person Adventure, you can check out my Twitter to see what I'm currently up to.
I'm Lara Page Turner, and inspired by Charlotte, I am going to start making more Molotov cocktails in my life. You can find me on the internet at Glaive Guizarm. Remember, it's a knife on a stick. Or look up my podcast where I make up games and then play them with cool people at unplaytested.com.
Hi, my name's Tim again, and you can follow me on Twitter at Tim Lanning, and see what other actual play goodness I do over at the Greetings Adventurers podcast, or listen to me find out that Naruto is really a good show, surprisingly, over on Naruto Revuto, or to give good advice over on Dear Internet, our Internet Advice podcast. Yeah, been a great time. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and I am Kim, and you can find me on Twitter at Kim_Dalton or at The Crit Show. I want to thank all of you, Hallie, Landon, Lara, Tim, for being our guest players and guest GMs, and helping tell this very silly, funny, surprisingly emotional story. I had so much fun, and thank you, chat, for joining us for the last 8 weeks. If you missed any episodes of the Omniverse Chronicles Afterlife Wandering Souls, you can find them on YouTube, where they will live forever. YouTube.com/The Crit Show. This episode will be uploaded on Thursday, and also on that channel you can find all of our previous chapters of the Omniverse Chronicles, including a game of masks that Landon ran for us a few months ago. What's coming up next? So Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern is going to be Mystery Detectives with Megan and myself. We are still on Nancy Drew Labyrinth of Lies. We swear to God we're finishing it this week. There can't be that much more left. The costume theme is Greek mythology. And then next Monday, the 8th at 8 p.m. Eastern, is the beginning of the next game for the Omniverse Chronicles. We are going to be playing Star Wars Force and Destiny. And that the cast for that has not yet been officially announced. It will be going onto social media sometime this week, but I'll go ahead and say it right now. The cast will be myself, Rev, the GM and producer of the Crit Show. We will have a guest player, Will Stevenson, who is from the YouTube channel LARP Analysis, as well as the Scroll and Dagger podcast, and Percy Davis, who is a professional wrestler, wrestling commentator, and voiceover artist. And that will be GM'd by our guest GM, Andrew Moores, who you would have heard from our Tales from the Omniverse Eagle Knights Pathfinder show. That's going to start at 8 p.m. Eastern next Monday. I can't wait to see what happens as we all play Jedi. It's going to be really fun. There are still a few days left to enter the Crit Show costume contest. So if you dressed up this previous weekend, you can go ahead and send us those pictures. You can email them at thecastthecritshowpodcast.com, or you can post them on social media and tag at the Crit Show. Get those pictures in by Saturday, November 6th, and we will choose 3 random winners who will receive a gift bag of various Crit Show swag and prizes. And if your costume has anything to do with the Crit Show, the entire Crit Show umbrella, so that includes if you want to cosplay the Boatman or any of our characters from Afterlife, as well as our Patreon shows, our YouTube one-shots, and of course the main show, we will put your name in twice. And yes, Chad is reminding me pet pictures are encouraged. There was a message earlier up in chat asking Hallie if you can post a picture of your heist board.
Yes, I can.
Absolutely.
I have several as it moved through the stages, so I will tweet those pictures out.
Fantastic. Tweet those pictures. Also, I would love it if you could post them on the Omniverse Chronicles channel of our Discord. I'm sure people would like to see it there as well. Okay. Once again, thank you, Hallie, Landon, Lara, Tim, for hanging out with me for the last 8 weeks. This was awesome. Thank you, chat, and we will see you next Monday for another chapter of the Omniverse Chronicles. Have a great night.